Hi there. My name is Veronica, and I'm so happy to be with you today in this podcast. I am a conscious manifesting coach who specializes in the law of attraction. I'm happy to help you attain anything in life. Today, we're going to be answering questions submitted by listeners. If you would like your question answered in a future podcast, download the Anchor app and send me a voice note, and I'll add it to the queue. If you would like to learn more about me or work with me one-on-one, veronicaisles.com is the place to go. I also have self-study courses you can do independently. Enroll today at veronicaisles.teachable.com. Okay, so let's get to question number 1.
Hi Veronica, my name is Stacy, and I'm from South America. I've been looking at your YouTube videos for a little over a week now, and I've been trying to follow everything that you say. There are times that negative thoughts come into my mind, but I try my best right away to get rid of it and only think good thoughts. I was married, and we got divorced, and the person that was there during our marriage, he's getting married to her this year. We had to marry again and have the future that we always wanted. Please help me. Please. I really love him and I want our marriage again. I want us to work and I want us to have the family and the life we've always wanted. Thank you, Veronica.
Hi, Stacy from South America. I'm happy to help you in this situation. First, I'm so sorry to hear that your ex-husband is supposed to marry someone else. It sounds like you're doing a good job so far, trying to turn those negative thoughts around to more empowering statements. I think that that's a good start. I think, though, overall, we need to change what this story is going to be, how you feel your life is going to play out. For example, you said on a few occasions that you really love him and you want this to work out and you want to have the family and marriage that you both had always wanted. I think the key statement here is imagining that he also longs for this again, that he actually also preferred life with you and would prefer to live out the dreams that you both had, that you both shared. Because when you were together and you were happy, you made plans for the future. Now you're ready to resume those plans. You need to feel that he is also ready too. Now I know that this can be hard when there's a third party involved, especially when your specific person is set to marry a third party. So you want to be very aware of thinking this idea that he won't go through with it. Even if it gets down to the very last day, he'll feel that something is wrong and that he can't go through with it. A great example of this is the movie Serendipity. The John Cusack character actually called off his wedding, not because he was with the person that he felt he was supposed to be with, but just because he felt something was wrong, that he felt something was off, that he actually preferred the specific person. At this time, he didn't think he could be with her, but he was willing to call off this other wedding regardless. I want you to try to feel like your ex-husband just knows something is off, knows that this is not the future that he had planned upon, and that the future he had planned upon is actually with you. Now, whatever the issues were that pulled you apart, I want you to focus on this idea that he can be determined enough to work through those things and determined enough to see this future through with you. He remembers making those plans. He remembers envisioning those things. So imagine he has a newfound commitment towards seeing those things through. All right, so let's get to question number 2.
Hi Veronica, I have a question about manifesting a relationship. I have had 2 committed relationships and both of them were not really good. Obviously I had amazing moments and days, but largely the relationships were not harmonious. And so I'm wondering about this because I feel this strong desire for a relationship, yet how can I attract an harmonious relationship with either my ex or new man, while I might have some maybe destructive habits or yeah, how to manifest an harmonious relationship when I have never had one before. Thank you so much.
I'm happy to help. First of all, I'm sorry to hear that you've never had a harmonious relationship. Now, I do think that you can attract a relationship that is better than anything you have ever experienced before. We do not have to have firsthand experience with something in order to manifest it. I mean, it's like someone who's been poor their whole life, who wants to manifest abundance, wants to manifest financial security. They don't know what that feels like, but they can still manifest it. Plenty of people go from rags to riches. So think in terms of you going from rags to riches in terms of your love life. I would not use either of your experiences in these relationships as memories to draw from, even the good times, because it sounds like even the good times weren't even that great. They weren't exactly things that you want to repeat again. It sounds like you need to start completely from scratch. So, what I would do is I would write a story with you as the character about the kind of relationship you're going to have, the kind of relationship you claim, the kinds of standards you want in your life. And I would hold very firm to these things, and I wouldn't be afraid to identify these things. Now, even if you do have some destructive habits, like that shouldn't prevent you from being able to be loved unconditionally, being able to have a harmonious relationship. So everyone has their flaws. Your flaws, I'm sure, are not so bad that it would prohibit you from actually having this. So I would work on the idea of self-love, about knowing that you actually can be loved, and I would make this completely about yourself. When you set these high standards, these new goals, these things maybe that you didn't think you could ever have before because you haven't come even close to experiencing anything like this before. You can still identify it, and you'll probably end up attracting both of these people back. You can turn both down if you like, and you'll probably start attracting brand new options, and it'll give you this wonderful choice to be able to pick who you prefer of all of these wonderful options, of all of these harmonious relationships. But again, I would only start a relationship with someone if you really sync, if you're really aligned with them. I would hold these very high standards and not give in to a committed relationship until these standards are actually met. And I would hold out for it and believe that it actually can happen. And I would continue to work on yourself as the kind of person who receives this. You can look to other people as role models, other relationships, maybe people you don't even know, but people, celebrities, people in the public eye, anyone that you know of that has had a very long lasting and harmonious relationship. Look to them as examples and realize that you are no different. You deserve the very same thing. Okay, so let's get to question number 3.
Hey Veronica, this is Josh. My question is, my former lover uh, has depression and emotional numbness, so not feeling anything. What should I do?
Hey Josh, I'm happy to help. So I'm sorry to hear that your former lover has a lot of issues, is depressed and emotionally unable to connect. I do think that even people with a history of this can change. We need to stop identifying them in this way. So we need to stop giving her these labels. We need to start instead seeing her as capable of being strong, as capable of getting professional help for this depression. I do think that there's a lot of ways to help oneself. There's self-help books, there's plenty of YouTube videos, lots of things that she has access to. But you have to believe that she actually wants to better herself, wants to improve herself. So we need to start labeling her as strong and is able to actually make a change because you feel that she wants to be a better person. She wants to be someone who can emotionally connect and emotionally love. And she wants to be someone who can spend most of her days happy instead of in dark depression. So I would start seeing her doing things that you would signify as activities she would do if she was out of these issues, if she was her best self. So we need to start imagining her as being able to feel better about herself, laugh. All of the opposite of what she's currently doing that is causing you issues, causing you problems. So we need to, again, start seeing her as capable of more, start seeing her as actually wanting to improve herself, and start seeing her as strong enough to actually make these moves, make these choices. Now, you can't force her to change. You can be a good influence, though. So you can be someone who's emotionally available. You can be someone who is optimistic and positive. You don't have to throw this in her face, but you can just be an example of it and imagine that she can rise to your level and that she can actually find inspiration in this. Now, in imagining her in this preferred way, she may get help or assistance from others that may just inspire her to be a better self, that may also assist her, but you're trying to help her. Like, that's a wonderful thing. So try to do it in the proper way where you're not forcing her, you're not thinking little of her, you're not sort of giving up on her. But I wouldn't let this consume your life either. I would go about your day trying to live the best life possible, not being preoccupied with whether or not she's bettering herself. Just feel it will happen at the right time. So I hope that this could help. Thank you so much to the people who submitted questions. If you would like your question answered, send me a voice note on Anchor and I'm happy to add it to the queue. I plan on releasing many more podcasts. They also get played on my YouTube channel, but they are first seen at anchor.fm/Veronica Isles. It is an app that you also download for your phone, or you can listen to it on your computer. Now, if you would like to work with me one-on-one or learn more about me, veronicaisles.com is the place to go. I also have self-study courses that you can do independently, veronicaisles.teachable.com, as well as a wonderful app for iPhone, a What If Affirmations app, where you can also record your own affirmations. There is a free version and a paid version at a low cost. You can find out the details on how to download that in the description box. Have an amazing day.